The brakes are super awesome. I'll tell you this, okay? I think Honda wanted to kill the market of Royal Enfield, and that's why they produced this machine. Why? Because I had my 5th service done recently, and it just goes boom, put. What a better place to review the motorcycle than on the hills, where everybody's asking. After 110 till 130, it struggles a little. I didn't mean to say that it struggles in terms. You tell me whether it's a con or not, okay? 120 easy, no stress on the engine, okay? No stress at all. The 5th thing that I want to tell you about this motorcycle, if you use the real-time gauge, it will help you control the mileage as well. I'm just super happy, super happy to own this motorcycle. Before going for the Delhi to Goa ride, I installed these pair of, not one nut, bolt, screw, voice, noise, nothing. Your Stallion's reliability is top notch. You might want to accessorize it a little if you're into long distance riding and everything. So I've added multiple accessories on my motorcycle. Look at these roads. Stallion does not have a problem even on these roads. You know, the tire wobbles like this. However, stability is full on. You know, I had a lot of encounters with fellow bikers using Scram, Royal Enfield Meteor, Royal Enfield Classic. They are not as fast as this machine. I can guarantee you that, okay? Water splashes everywhere. That is all true, okay? The headlights are pathetic in the dark. And if I talk about the evergreen 3rd gear, I think another 5,000 kilometers and I must replace the tires. If you are at a speed of up to 80, 90 kmph, try being on the 3rd gear and you're crossing a pothole or you're crossing a lot of uneven patches. This just soaks all the bumps like no one's business. And I'm riding with a pillion. I have luggage system as well. 24,013 kilometers. Just want to say this one line, don't take me wrong. Hello there. Hi everyone. Good afternoon to you. In today's video, we are going to review the Honda CB350 RS, my Stallion, the one that I'm riding right now. And what a better place to review the motorcycle than on the hills, where everybody's asking whether this motorcycle has enough pulling power and this and that. Today we are not going to talk about the pros and cons, or I'm just going to talk about my overall experience with this motorcycle. So my motorcycle has done 23,659 kilometers so far as we speak as of now, and right now I am in Bilaspur. So let's talk about the motorcycle step by step. Point number 1, the first thing that I want to talk about this motorcycle has to be the refinement. It's smooth as, I don't know how to say this, okay? It's like you don't feel the throttle in your hands. It's like so smooth, butter smooth, the throttle. And it just keeps getting better after every service, it seems. So that is that. Refinement, full points. The reason I gave refinement number 1 is because when you do a lot of long rides, okay? Because I do a lot of long rides. When you do a lot of long rides, you tend to want a machine that does not vibrate and, you know, is easy. It does not keep shaking all the time. It does not literally tire you out. So the smoother the motorcycle, the more distance you can cover, I think, without being tired. Are you enjoying the view, by the way? Okay, refinement goes a long way, okay? I've never seen anything like this one. It's really smooth, okay? You have to ride this to believe what I'm saying. If you've already ridden it, good. Okay, number 2, the best thing about this motorcycle are the brakes. The brakes are super awesome. I think I want to give brakes the number 1 spot in the pros for this motorcycle. The brakes are too good, man. I mean, there are so many instances, so many situations wherein these brakes just were a life savior. Honestly, the brakes are awesome. If you are in the market, you know, and you want to purchase a motorcycle and you're thinking between Royal Enfield and Honda, you know, one thing I want to tell you, and I want to honestly say this to you: a motorcycle is only as good as its brakes are. And when it comes to the braking department, you know what's what. Anyway, Let me clear this patch and I'll catch you. So I crossed that particular patch. So let's talk again. So far we have spoken about number one, the refinement of this machine. It does not matter whether you're riding it at 20, 30, 40, 50 kmph, 60, 80, 100, 120, 130, 140. You keep dragging this machine and it will be smooth as a feather throughout, okay? Throughout the rev range. So that is that. We spoke about refinement and brakes. Brakes again, let me give you more context on the brakes. So I had the rear brake pad replacement done at around 12,000 kilometers. So the mechanic told me that I use my rear brake a lot, and after that, you know, I have been practicing using the rear brake less and using the front brakes more. So yes, that's the story about the rear brakes. That got replaced at around 12,500 kilometers. And then recently, during the fifth service that happened before I came for this trip, I did my service. The cost was around 63-67. Refinement done, braking done. Brakes, man, I love these brakes. Okay, the third thing that I want to talk to you about this machine is the reliability of this machine. The reliability of this machine is crazy, okay? You have to own this machine for a longer period of time to understand what I'm talking about. Let me give you one example, okay? One sentence and probably you'll get a gist of what I'm trying to say. So there was an incident, multiple incidents that happened when I was on my trip to Ladakh. I was in Ladakh for a month in 2021. I'm sure you must have seen some of those videos, maybe that's why you're still here. So in Ladakh, you know, I went to crazy places like Somoriri and Hanle and all that, and no kidding, I saw a lot of Royal Enfields, Himalayans, Bullets, Classics. Their silencers came off the motorcycle. The silencer, it just fall out of the motorcycle. Lots of cases, okay? Braking issues, etc, etc. I'm just so proud, so happy to tell you that Stallion did not encounter one single problem in Ladakh. Not one nut, bolt, screw, voice, noise, nothing. Your Stallion's reliability is top notch. I'll tell you this, okay? I think Honda wanted to kill the market of Royal Enfield, and that's why they produced this machine. Why? Because the parts are premium. All the parts are premium. The quality of the parts, that's supreme, okay? I'm telling you the reality of it. You can ride this machine like a maniac and it will not disappoint you, honestly. I'm just super happy, super happy to own this motorcycle. The fourth point in my list happens to be acceleration. When I say acceleration, see, this motorcycle accelerates like crazy till a speed of 110 or 120. I wouldn't lie, okay? So on the first gear you can pull it up to 50 kmph. On the second gear you can pull it up to 80. On the third gear you can pull it up to 110. And on the fourth gear you can keep pulling it till the end of the line. That's that. So what I'm trying to say to you is that till a speed of 100, the acceleration is crazy, okay? You'll be able to overtake a lot of things. The acceleration is good. Even the new J series classic, I had a lot of encounters with fellow bikers using Scram, Royal Enfield Meteor, Royal Enfield Classic. They are not as fast as this machine, I can guarantee you that, okay? I'll tell you another fact about this machine, okay? So 0 to 40, okay, 40 to 80, okay, 80 to 110, great. After 110 till 130, it struggles a little. I didn't mean to say that it struggles in terms of power. It struggles to catch the speed, because, you know, the torque and the RPM curve, the maximum rev range, that's all done. The peak torque is generated at an early RPM, so we're just, you know, chasing something that is going backwards. But anyway, having said that, till a speed of 110, crazy acceleration. 110 to 130, it just mellows down a little, and 130 to 140, it pulls like crazy. The speed increases. So like I was saying, 120 easy, no stress on the engine, okay, no stress at all. And I'm riding with a pillion, and I have luggage system as well. You'll see what I'm talking about later. Just wanted to give you a glimpse of this. See, this just accelerates, okay. Third gear, 110, go. There we go. If you are at a speed of up to 80, 90 kmph, try being on the third gear. The bike has enough pulling power. Third gear, 80, 90, and after 90 you apply the fourth gear and you can just, you know, keep cruising along. Fourth and fifth gears, just keep cruising along. Not much acceleration there. The fifth thing that I want to tell you about this motorcycle is the front tires, man. The tires of this motorcycle, they are awesome. They're just too good. The front tires, okay. What I mean to say is the front tire is super awesome. The rear tire, that's also nice. That's huge. That's humongous. I freaking love them. But the front tires, man, the 19 section tires, they're huge. They're nice. They just glide over potholes. It's so smooth. Yeah, so I really love the front tire of this motorcycle. The rear tire I used to love in the past, you know, because of the sheer size of the rear tire. But the front tire, that's really purposeful. You know, when you're at a speed of, let's say, 50 to 100 and you're crossing a pothole or you're crossing a lot of uneven patches, this just soaks all the bumps like no one's business. Awesome. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to talk about is the cornering abilities of this motorcycle. Yeah, I am in love with the cornering abilities of this motorcycle. Trust me, okay, it's not like a sports machine, but yes, the tires, I think they grip the road pretty nicely, okay. When you're cornering, you can like lean the motorcycle and it just goes gliding. It's a very good feeling, I must admit. So far, what all have we discussed? We have discussed the refinement of the engine. We have discussed the performance of the brakes. Outstanding brakes. We discussed the fact that the tires of this motorcycle are awesome. Although I might have to replace the rear tire pretty soon, because, you know, it has almost done 23,000 plus kilometers, and the tread of the tires, they have started disappearing a little. I think another 5,000 kilometers and I must replace the tires. Okay, after the tires came the stability of this motorcycle, man. The stability, I cannot explain it in words, okay. Trust me, it doesn't matter, okay, what kind of roads. I have been through terrible off-roads on this motorcycle, and it just performs, man. I mean, you buy a Honda and reliability is top notch, okay. You be in a cold situation, you be in a hot situation, you be underwater, just one press on this button, the start button, and it just goes boom, put. It's awesome. So like I always say, when I'm talking on the GoPro, my speed usually goes a little low because I'm concentrating on talking and riding as well. So that is that. Okay, the next thing that I want to discuss is, if you get this motorcycle straight out of the Honda showroom, you might want to accessorize it a little if you're into long distance riding and everything. So I've added multiple accessories on my motorcycle, including a carrier, saddle stay, the engine sump guard, an additional one. I'm using the headlight grills as well from Sans. I'm using this, you know, a lot of knuckle guards as well, a lot of accessories on this. I'll make a separate video on all the accessories that I use with the motorcycle. And the next thing on my list has to be the mileage of this motorcycle. Okay, there are lots and lots of questions in the market about the mileage of a motorcycle, okay. Let me put it this way, that you can never tell the mileage of a motorcycle. It just totally depends on the way that you ride your motorcycle. For instance, this motorcycle, if you use the real-time gauge, it will help you control the mileage as well. Remember in Ladakh I got a tank full range of more than 600 kilometers. I always get a mileage of more than 30 kilometers per liter. For example, if I check right now in this trip, since I started from Delhi, I went to Kasol, Tosh, and I'm returning now. Stallion has done 914 kilometers in this trip, 914. And Stallion has given me a mileage of 31.2 kilometers per liter. 31.2. So yeah, I went to Malana as well. It was a steep uphill, so the mileage goes for a toss on places like those. Mileage you can always expect more than 30, okay, more than 35 also for that matter if you ride in the eco mode. Now let's talk about the mileage a little more, okay. If you ride it rash, if you're riding it at a speed of above 100, above 120 all the time, then you will get mileage of 28, 27, even 25 for that matter. It totally depends on how you ride. Yeah, if I ride like a maniac, then I will not be able to extract any mileage out of this machine. Also, I want to tell you this, the speed of the motorcycle, okay. If you are somebody who is comfortable up to a cruising speed of 90, 100 and an occasional 110, 120, 130, you'll be good to go. However, if you're somebody who wants to, you know, ride a little fast, probably 140 or 150, when you have empty stretches of road, you will not be able to do on this machine, you know. This machine is not meant for that. So that is something. I can talk more about this as well. See, sometimes, you know, you just see empty stretches of road and you just want to ride fast and you just want to, you know, cover some miles. No, you cannot do that on Stallion very quickly. Why? Because Stallion will give you 100-120 kmph cruising speed, not more than that. And I'm being honest about it. We are in Chandigarh right now. Delhi is probably, my house is probably under 300 kilometers from here, probably almost 300 kilometers. So we are headed there. Mileage is done, refinement is done. You know, again, yeah, this may not have anything to do with the motorcycle, but Stallion has never disappointed me. Trust me, there have been so many situations wherein my fellow bikers or the people I was riding with, they were encountering multiple challenges. Not Stallion, not with Stallion, no. And you know, like I was saying that you cannot really go fast on this, but for Indian conditions I think speed of up to 120 kmph is still good. But I still would have loved this motorcycle even more if you could do speeds of 140 or 150ish. Yeah. So ahead of me there's a BMW UP16 6728. That's a BMW G10, I think. Anyway, now let's use some time to speak about the cons of this motorcycle. See, pros of this motorcycle, every other thing in this motorcycle is a pro, okay. This motorcycle rides like crazy. This motorcycle has not had a performance gap, or you know, the performance has not diminished since day one. It has been consistent. I will also be sharing some pictures of my Stallion towards the end of the video, just to give you a glimpse of how it is looking even today. I find a lot of people asking me, did you purchase it recently and stuff like that, and when I tell them that I got this motorcycle around 1 year and 8 months back, they're like, well maintained, okay. So yeah, I got my motorcycle on the 14th of March 2021, almost 1 month after the launch of the same. So that is that. Yes, let's quickly get on to the cons of the motorcycle. The biggest con of the motorcycle has to be the headlights. The headlights are pathetic in the dark. No, they're not at all good. The headlights, they're not at all good. I did my entire Ladakh trip without any auxiliary headlights. Then I did a Spiti trip without the aux lights. Then before going for the Delhi to Goa ride, I installed these pair of auxiliary lights, HJG, nice quality, nice you know, lights. They do the job perfectly. I feel more confident riding in the night with these auxiliary lights. I think I paid 4,500 rupees for the entire setup, the lights, the relay cable and all of that. So yeah, the biggest con has to be the headlight. The headlight had to be a little better, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's one. Now if I have to talk about the second con, you tell me whether it's a con or not, okay? See, you have to be on the right gear on this motorcycle if you're going uphill. Let me elaborate it. Let's suppose I am riding on a plain road, a flat road. Then I can ride a speed of 40 or 50 kmph at 4th gear. No problem, okay? However, if I'm going uphill, I strongly recommend that you keep the engine on the boil. So you have to use the gearing appropriately on this. You know, you cannot just keep pulling on the 3rd gear, no. So for up to a speed of 30 kmph, you have to be on the 1st gear, minimum 30 kmph, okay? You can go all the way up to 50. I wouldn't recommend that, but 1st gear, be till a speed of 30 kmph. 2nd gear, try going up to a speed of 50 or 60 on the 2nd gear. You know, if you are on a speed of 50 or 60, I will not ask you to apply the 3rd gear, because the 3rd gear I usually apply, if I'm going uphill, I usually apply the 3rd gear after I cross at least 50 kmph or 60 kmph, because till 50 or 60 kmph the 2nd gear does a fascinating job, a fantastic job. And if I talk about the evergreen 3rd gear, that's awesome. You know, from a speed of 30, you can put this motorcycle on the 3rd gear and pull it all the way up to 110. Yes. So yeah, you have to be on the right gear if you want to enjoy this motorcycle. That is that. However, that does not mean that you cannot put the motorcycle on the 4th gear and, you know, ride at a speed of 40 or 50. You can. For example, let me show you. I just put it on the 4th gear and I'm going slow now, and slower than this, okay? I'm at a speed of what, 50 kmph and no lag, nothing at all. 4th gear, no lag, nothing. So yeah, it does the job perfectly. And if you want to just accelerate from the 4th gear, it will not pick the acceleration. See, if I'm at a speed of, let's say 60, and I just give the throttle on the 4th gear, it will not pick speed quickly. It will take its own time to pick speed up to 85, and after 85 it will go boom. That's when the 4th gear actually gives all the power. Yes. Let me show you one more time what I was talking about. Let's suppose I am at a speed of 50 or 60 kmph. Let's suppose this is 60. And if I want to accelerate hard from this speed, then I have to be on the 3rd gear. And I just go. There you go. And then once you are at a speed of 90, try changing it to the 4th gear. And all good. No challenges. No challenges whatsoever. Okay. Stallion's brakes are awesome. Just awesome. So headlights, one con. The second con, I wouldn't say a con, okay? It is just helping you ride in the right manner. Helping you ride in the right manner by being on the right gear. You know, if you ever want to ride a sports motorcycle in the future, it will help you get accustomed to it. It's not like an Enfield, I must admit. An Enfield, it takes its own time, it goes slowly, and brakes, you have to, you know, apply the brakes from before where you have to stop. Anyway, let's not mix two motorcycles. So that is that. Headlights is a con. Second one is being on the appropriate gear. What else? What else can be a fault or a con with this motorcycle? Oh yes, you must have heard a lot of people saying that it gets all muddy and dusty and whatnot. You cannot ride it in the rainy season. It does not have a decent mud guard. You know, it just makes the motorcycle dirty from everywhere. water splashes everywhere. That is all true, okay? Honestly, that's all true. If you're riding this motorcycle in water or in the rain, then yes, it will become dirty, and very dirty, extremely dirty, okay? Honestly. However, by no means does the performance get hampered, okay? Let me give you an example, okay? I was in Goa, and Goa rains, you don't know Goa rains. Like in Goa, the rains are huge. Like the rain is not like the rains in Delhi, okay? The bubbles or the droplets of the rain, they are huge. The entire night Stalin was standing in the rain. Entire day Stalin is standing in the rain. The entire trip was in the rain. And one of these days, one of the hotel owners, he came outside, okay? When I was about to leave, he came outside. I was about to start my motorcycle. I pressed this button to cold start, and boom, put, it started. And the owner of that hotel was like, hey, which motorcycle is this? I thought you will need help in starting the motorcycle. It was out in the rain all night. No, Stalin doesn't need any of that. So that is that. Overall, honestly, I love this motorcycle. I cannot really find a lot of flaws in this motorcycle. Oh, I completely forgot to mention this particular aspect of owning this motorcycle. I had my 5th service done recently. I did my 5th service at around 22,500 kilometers. I had to replace the chain set. My motorcycle's chain set had to be replaced at 22,500 kilometers, and I had to replace the front brake pads as well because they were gone. It just had 150 kilometers left in them, so the mechanic advised me to get it replaced. I got it replaced because I had to go for this trip. Anyway, what I'm trying to say to you is that on the 5th service, the charge was 6367. Now in this 6367, 2,000 plus rupees were labor charges. I repeat, 2,000 plus rupees labor charge. I'm telling you the truth, honestly, the mechanic did not work on the motorcycle completely for even 1 hour. The entire transaction took less than 1 hour. Cleaning, changing the chain set, replacing the brake pad, all of this happened within 1 hour, okay? And in 1 hour, they charge you 2,000 rupees labor charge. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I think it's very expensive. I honestly feel it's very expensive. I mean, I don't earn 2,000 rupees in 1 hour, so I definitely think that it's very expensive. But yeah, that is how it is. So labor charges, the service cost after the 3rd service will be a little on the higher side. So yeah, that is going to be there. Look at these roads. Stalin does not have a problem even on these roads. You know, the tire wobbles like this. However, stability is full on. So, can you see the odo? 24,013 kilometers. Stalin has completed 24,013 kilometers. So I'm in Nehru Place right now. So I took a lot of breaks today and just reached Nehru Place. I'm headed towards my home. So just to give you a glimpse of what we have done in this trip, I have covered 1191 kilometers so far. My house is like 4 more kilometers from here, so that is that. What did we get? We got a mileage of 31.5 kmpl. 31.5. Okay. Alrighty, 24,000 kilometers, Stallion. So this review, long-term ownership review, 24,000 kilometers, 20 months. I just want to sum up and conclude this review by saying that I am 100% happy with my Stallion. Stallion has never disappointed me till now. Just want to say this one line, don't take me wrong. I am really glad that I did not end up purchasing a Royal Enfield or a Yesdi or a Java and all those motorcycles. I'm really glad I chose the CB350 RS. Yes, that is the story. Okay people, I hope you have a good time wherever you are. Good night from Delhi. Bye bye.